Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered! Today we're going to have a match between Terror and ZergbOy. Here on Fighting Spirit, this replay was sent to me as a part of a Terror replay pack by Lazaros. Thank you so much, Lazaros, for providing such amazing replays for me to cast on this channel. Terror and ZergbOy are both Korean. Terror is very, very popular in Korea. ZergbOy is very popular as well. And let's get right on into it. Top right hand corner, we have the orange Protoss player, Terror. Sometimes he plays Zerg. You see that cast from last week where he played Zerg and he made Devourers and Guardians and all sorts of great stuff. In the bottom right hand corner, we have the brown Zerg player, ZergbOy, who plays a lot of team games. As I'm looking around on bwreplays.com for new content, I do see a bunch of replays that are team that feature ZergbOy. So I'd like to get more of him out here. I did cast a 2v2 featuring him, sort of, sort of, on the channel a couple weeks ago. You may remember that one. If you don't remember it, I'm not going to tell you anything else, but that's an overpool play as... let's see. Oh, you know what? No, there's not an Overlord on the way. That is just a straight-up 10 pool. All right, cool stuff then. Extractor tricks to get him to 10, to get himself to 10 supply. So this is feeling pretty aggressive, if you ask me. The fact that he's not getting gas though says not super duper aggressive. Probe scouting around. He sent a drone up, dude. ZergbOy, I love this so much. I really enjoy this out of you. Now the probe's gonna win the fight. Oh, what? What was that? Oh, and he turns into an extractor so he can be annoying. ZergbOy, you're kind of my personal hero at the moment. And then, what? He got full health back on that drone? No. What? That works? Oh, we saw that. We saw that on the cool, the Gosu versus Rudy. No, the cool, whatever it is. The Gosu replay featuring Rudy. Holy crap. You can do that. If you extractor cancel, your drone comes back with full HP. And you can actually get rid of an infection that is brought onto you by an irradiate. So we know that. This is kind of incredible. I'm really loving this game already. This is Mike and an epic tag just in the first 2 minutes. Anyway, the Lings move out. I am not convinced that probe saw those guys. That's why there's a cannon coming up, though, just in case, you know. And hey, look, the pool's done and the hatchery's not done down here. The timing makes no sense. Let's get on up and pull the probes. Time to wall it off with the probes, boys. Get in. Just get in the main. Just go for it. One of these guys kind of getting hung up a little bit. But and he does end up going down, so 4 Lings make it in. Where the heck's the other Zergling? There were 6. No, there must have been another. I don't know where he died, though. Maybe he died to the probes on the way in. Either way, this is the most annoying stuff ever. Jaedong loves to do this. Oh, one of the Lings dies. A probe dies too, though. Every probe that dies is a big deal because it's 12 to 8 workers right now in favor of Terror. And he's up economically big time, as you would expect him to be. ZergbOy is trying to do something about that, but I'm not sure he's going to be able to. This is still a ton of lost mining time. That's 6 probes still off the mineral line here. Another probe down. These Lings doing some work. 1 and 1 kill each. Man, another probe down for another Zergling. These are good trades. These are fine trades from ZergbOy. Every probe he can kill, and now it's 12 to 11 workers. He's able to get up to even footing economically with the Protoss with that Ling run by. That was fantastic. I enjoyed that a lot. So far, so good from ZergbOy. Comes in, delays and denies the quick expansion. Sends Lings up there, kills several probes, loses the Zerglings. Obviously, he's taking a 3rd base now. Down here at the 6 o'clock, I am a fan. I need more ZergbOy, I think. Definitely Terror, and definitely ZergbOy. We'll see how Terror's Protoss is. You know, seems okay. He's kind of been thrown off his game a bit by the shenanigans of ZergbOy. I love that ZergbOy was fanboying out over Terror early in the game, then he just kind of messed him up a bit there just to start things off, just to show his affection, right? That's exactly what that was. Ling's coming out. There's no way they're getting in, and they know that. They're just trying to see if there are any Zealots coming down to kill him. Takes a lair at the natural base, which the probe, there we go. The probe does end up scouting that. Sees the lair timing. And it's really just got to be enough to prepare for Corsairs, right? Yeah, it is. Hey, did you guys watch the Day 9? Day 9 put a little rant up about PvZ a couple weeks ago. It was great. I love Day 9. I really wish that he did more StarCraft stuff. I went and left a comment to that effect on his video. I'm not sure if he saw it or not, but a lot of people upvoted it. A lot of people love Day 9, especially for the StarCraft stuff. And one of the comments I found interesting was that people were like, hey, Day 9 sounds a lot more confident. Sounds much different than he usually does when he's talking about, you know, MOBAs and card games. Because he doesn't know those things as well. StarCraft is the thing that he knows the best. And he can teach it at a professor level. And I miss him. I just miss him a lot, and I wish he would come back. But anyway, the point is the Spire comes in, that he talked about how PvZ was an interesting matchup, and then Bisu came along and said, I'm going to make a bunch of Corsairs and start killing Overlords. Everybody's like, the Corsair's a bad unit. What are you doing? Just made Corsairs, killed Overlords, supply blocked the Zerg player, forced him to make Anti-Air, forced him to make Scourge, and really changed the entire meta of PvZ. Day 9 said it took the PvZ matchup from a 60-40 win percentage, or a 55-45 win percentage in the favor of Zerg, and swung it completely around to a 55-45 win percentage for Protoss. That one meta change, single-handedly pioneered by Bisu, completely changed an entire matchup. That is why Bisu is a legend. If you can do that as a player in StarCraft, you will be remembered forever. And he is. And he happens to be an incredible player on top of it, but you have to be an incredible player to find those kind of things. It was great. I love Day 9. Come back, Day 9. All right. Anywho, not making a Stargate, actually. So, you know what you could do here is make Mutalisks. He's not. He's making Scourge because he's sure there's a Stargate coming in. Because, again, that's the meta. He's getting cannons up. Like, he's worried about mutas. What is Terror doing? I think based on this opening, I'm going to give this to ZergbOy. I think ZergbOy just wins. It's early. I know it's really early yet in this replay. You're watching it, and you're like, dude, Falcon, this is like a 30-minute replay, and at 7 minutes, you're calling this a win for ZergbOy? I mean, that didn't go particularly well for him. But he's got a Hydralisk Den. He can go for Lurker Aspect anytime he wants to. Got Macro Hatches coming up, Sunken Colonies to defend against potential Zealot attacks, and it is going to be Zealot attacks just without the Corsairs. Okay, now we're making Stargates, but 2 of them. Oh, is this a... No. I'm going to say, it kind of feels like the tech switch you see versus Terran when you go Carriers, but you don't go Carriers versus Zerg. They have Darkswarm, and they have Hydralisks, and they have Scourge, and all of those things are bad for your Carriers. Like, exceptionally bad for your Carriers. The drones decide maybe it's time to get out of here, but instead they just get caught and murdered instead. 1 Sunken maybe is not actually quite enough to handle 6 Zealots, with more on the way for a 7th Zealot. This feels very Bisu. This is very Bisu of him. What are you going to make? Okay, now he's going to double pump Corsairs. Sure, we'll do Corsairs after the massive Zealot attack. I guess that's cool. Oh no, and now it's Mutalisks. Did he assume that there weren't going to be... this is some mind games out of Terror. I sort of really, really like this. Holding the wall against the Zealot, or the Zergling onslaught here. The Sunken's going to go down. I worry about this 3rd base, but the Mutas combined with the Lings should be able to hold here and keep the majority of these drones alive. It's still 31 to 35 workers. Terror on 2 bases is pretty economically ahead, as you're expected to be as a Protoss. This has not been exactly a standard macro-style game, though, by any stretch. He's double pumping Corsairs now. Oh, no. Oh, no, ZergbOy. And he's going to make DTs. Templar Archives coming up. That's what that's going to be for. And ZergbOy just keeps making mutas. Okay, so I don't support the concept of making Mutalisks when your opponent has Corsairs, especially if they're double pumping Corsairs. And they already have 4 of them, and soon they'll have 6, and then it will be 12 before you know it, because your Mutalisks will evaporate. So you have maybe a tiny... do you even have a window at this point is what I'm trying to say. Actually, this is actually what Terror did when he was Z in the ZVP that I cast of his. He went Mutalisks, and it totally worked. So, alright, you know what, ZergbOy? I'll believe. I'll believe you can make this happen. I'm not predicting anything. I'm not predicting you're going to make this happen, but, oh boy, here we go. Ready for this? Ow, 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 ow. Ah. All those mutas are now at half HP. Half HP. He keeps stacking them too. Split those guys. For the love of all that is Zerg, split them. Or just, you know, this is fine. You just lose all. Okay, that's great. Yep, lose all of them. Ah. Okay, well that went about as well as I expected it to. You can't just... I mean, that Muta might survive. I don't know. Scourge getting focused down here. It's going to be Zealot Corsair. What? Plus 50 Dark Archon energy. Are we getting Dark Archons? Remember when I was like, we're getting DTs? Yeah, that's true. But, also we're getting Dark Archons, you guys. What is with the Dark Archons on the channel recently? I don't know what's happening. I feel like the last calendar year has had more Dark Archons than I've seen maybe ever on my channel of all Brood War of the past 2 or 3 years I've been casting it. Holy crap. So the Hydroling's out. That poor Mutalisk. Yep, all the Mutas are dead. You know what damage the Mutas accomplished? They helped save the third base, which was really nice. They killed a Zealot out here. And then they all died. That's the recounting of their existence. At their eulogy, that's what we'll say. They saved the third base. They killed a single Zealot, and then all 10 Mutalisks were horribly murdered by the bajillion Corsairs, the 8 Corsairs that are out. So, I don't know if Corsairs are trying to absorb damage that Zealots would otherwise be getting, but okay. These High Templar even have Storm? Why are you here? I don't think those guys even have Storm, you guys. Alright, there you go. Denying Overlords. Supply blocking ZergbOy into the stratosphere. Maybe underground? What's the better way to discuss that? Third base on the way here from Terror. I'm going to try to hold it with Zealots for the most part. Again, those High Templar did not have Storm because it's on the way right now. Thank you, Production tab. Supply blocked again. ZergbOy, further supply blocking happening. Cancels the third base, though. I'm liking that from the Hydras. I like that very much, in fact. Robotics facility coming in. Did he seriously finish Targus Alisman? Was that an accident? Was he intending to start Storm and he clicked on the wrong thing? Or he pressed the wrong key? I don't even know what the hotkey is for Argus Talisman. Is it close to what it is for Storm? Wow. This game already. We're 12 minutes in and I'm having a blast. An absolute blast. So hit that like button if you're enjoying it. Give that algorithm something to chew on. Comments are also appreciated. I've seen your comments recently that are like, this is for the algorithm. So I don't know that we want to do that. That worries me that YouTube's going to see that and get mad. So maybe you could just leave like a smiley face. It's even easier than typing out a whole sentence, right? So if you can't think of anything to comment, but you want to comment to help me out, just a smiley face is great. Or a frowny face if you're feeling frowny. Whatever. I'm not telling you what to do. But a single emoji I think would suffice. Just a thought from your old pal Falcon Paladin here. Yeah, so no third base at 13 minutes is really, really bad for Terror. That's what you get for just skimping on Storm, man. His build is extremely strange, and he's off-racing, but you'd think he would know the basic Protoss build for the first 10 minutes, at least. So ZergbOy is going all of the Hydras. He's getting Lurker aspects. He's going for a Queen's Nest and an additional Queen's Nest in addition to the one that he already has. Yes, he is. He's going for double Queen's Nest for double upgrades. Okay. This is a very strange game. I'm enjoying it immensely. Strange games are fun. Sometimes the really standard macro games are the ones that are not fun. Not fun at all. Well, they're still very fun, especially if it's high-level stuff, but it gets a little predictable sometimes. I think maybe you felt that way. This is not predictable. I don't know what these guys are doing at all. Double Queen's Nest, getting the upgrade for Dark Archon energy, and then not making a Dark Archon. Maybe that's later. I don't know, but Storm is done, and that is the answer to this Lurker Hydra style. Storm is done. Do you have I'm not convinced you have detection, though. I didn't see an observatory come up. Oh, there is one. Never mind. We're good. Probably have detection somewhere. I just don't know where it is. Oh, there's one. And there's one. All right, excellent. 2 detections. Fantastic. Now, ZergbOy's like, I really should have a 4th base, but my opponent does not have 3. So, you know what? Let's take it now. I feel okay that I haven't taken it until this moment. He's still down 149 to 116 supply. This is a big Protoss army off of 2 bases, you guys. They got +2 attack already. The Hydras and Lurkers have 1/1, which is great. Is this our engagement? Is this where we're going to live? No, says ZergbOy. We're not going to live here at all. We are, in fact, going to lose a ton of our Lurkers for absolutely nothing. And then maybe wander us into some Storm later on. ZergbOy not playing this all that super duper well. Oh, that's a great Storm right there. That's another good Storm right there. Remember? Yikes. It's 110 to 77 total supply in favor of Terror. He is looking good. He's lost a lot of stuff in fairness, but he killed so much of the Zerg army that was so expensive in the form of Lurkers and Hydras with a ton of gas. Do you still have... Where does he have an observer? Did that get sniped? That might have gotten sniped. Alright, not bad. ZergbOy did snipe the observer, which counts for something. Third base warping in from Terror as he's attacking, which, as Day 9 has drilled into my head, expand while attacking. Do I always do it? No! It's hard to remember, because when you're attacking, you're attacking. High Templar, I thought was getting sniped, but instead got a beautiful Storm off and killed 3 units. That High Templar's got 4 kills there, too. We're going to make an Archon right here on the battlefield, and it's going to finish, because there's not enough Zerg here to prevent it from happening at all. I like that the Corsairs are just back here preparing for drops or mutas or something. I don't know what they're doing. I like the Ultralisk Cavern idea here from ZergbOy, though. When in doubt, man, I like the Zergling play from him as well. But the Archons, if they're not getting surrounded, the Archons are worth their weight in gold versus Zerglings. All right, Overlord's just dying. That's just a bad rally. I feel like that's just a bad rally, and that's a supply block on ZergbOy again. So I feel like Terror has sort of had the advantage in the game here for the last 10 minutes at least. He's got all the right things. He's got the upgrades. This Archon's going to get surrounded and killed. 16 kills, though, is not bad for an Archon. Zerglings running away with 1/1. They're working on 2/2, which makes sense because, again, we have an Ultralisk Cavern. And a Defiler Mound, obviously, because we have Defilers out at the moment. So no Plague, which is something you really want if we're this gateway heavy, is Plague. Also, ZergbOy's 4th base is toast. There's no saving that. So, yeah, it's going to be a 3-basing Protoss versus a 3-basing Zerg. We all know how that works out generally, don't we? Yes, we do. Corsairs decide if the Hydras are away, I bet we can kill some Overlords. Maybe supply block ZergbOy again. By golly, we're trying our hardest. Absolutely, yes. That 4th base is toast. ZergbOy is done. I mean, again, this is a longer game. I'm calling it early, which is probably not ideal. He's looking for Overlords. There's a couple down this way that ZergbOy really doesn't want to lose. Does he still have all 6? I guess he had 8. I think he had 8 when he murdered those mutas. So having 6 is good. It's not super ideal. Consume's on the way. Anabolic Synthesis is on the way. Dark Templar is coming in because Dark Templar are great against Ultras. Because anything that does big swings, big hits, are great against Ultralisks. Because that armor is great against things that do small hits. Little tiny hits, individual hits, like Marines, that do a lot of hits, but they're very small, which means the armor's applied to every hit. Is he killing his own Hydralisk Den to get on out of here? He is. It's created a bit of a roadblock for his Ultralisks. So, man, 3-base Zerg versus a working on a 4th base Protoss. No. I do not see this working out in any stretch for ZergbOy. If he can pull it off, I will be a fan. I will officially be a fan. Is that a Storm drop? That's a DT drop. No, it's not, because Scourge, though. Never mind. Protected. Adequately protected, I would say. And where are we going to drop? Well, where there are no Overlords. The main base is a wonderful target. This is so nice out of Terror. La 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 la. We're just going to DT walk right on in here, and if any Overlords try to come in, we'll kill them. So, DT Corsair in 19 minutes. Who expects that? I don't know. What are we going to kill? The Spire is a really decent target. No more Scourge for you would be really nice for these Corsairs. Kill the Overlord. Kill the Overlord. He's coming. Get him. Got him. Ultralisk Cavern gets sniped. Does not deny the upgrade. Anabolic Synthesis is done. Oh my gosh. And the Defiler Mound. I don't even... How do you recover from this? Well, I guess you make a Spore. Nope, never mind. Spore down, but a lot of Overlords coming in. to sacrifice themselves for the sake of killing these DTs. And they're dead, but so many overlords died to make this happen. That is a supply block. That's a further supply block, and this is a further supply block. All right, so, boy, 112 available supply right now. Though, okay. The Corsair count is way down all of a sudden. It's 143 to 124 supply, so sniping the Spire, getting the Ultralisk Cavern, pretty good stuff, I gotta say. Meanwhile, more Archons in production. Archon pretty good against Ultra. You know what's really good, though? Reavers. A robotic support bay would be hugely important here for Terror. He also should probably take this top left base. He's pretty well established defense of all of his other bases. I don't know how ZergbOy's doing this on 3 base. I'm just going to call it now. I have no idea. I feel like every other game that I've ever cast, the Zerg player's on 3 bases and the Protoss is on 3 bases, and the Protoss just stomps. This might be just a fact that Terror is off-racing, right? He doesn't main Protoss. He's definitely better at Zerg, I believe. I don't know, maybe he randoms. I should really look into this. I just know the Wikipedia page said he is well beloved in the Korean scene. On the fish server especially. Yeah, no 4th base. How about no? How about you don't get one of those? Yeah, and he's taking the top left. So Terror is just sort of absolutely destroying ZergbOy right now. That said, it is somehow 143 to 165 supply. I don't understand how this is happening. It's some dark magic on ZergbOy's side. I mean, I would honestly maybe try to hit a base that the army is not near. Maybe try to follow with Overlords, attack the natural, but attacking the natural as a Zerg player with a ground army is never something I recommend. The way I've seen Zerg win have been winning engagements in the middle of the map and killing outer-lying newer bases rather than going after the main, because you're kind of trapped in there. So here's our engagement. We got Storm, we got Dark Swarm, we have Ultralisks, and once the Dark Swarm comes up, we're out. Terror decides he doesn't want anything to do with it, but if you want to continue attacking while we're outside the Dark Swarm, that's great. Let's do that. Another Dark Swarm comes up, though. Yeah, once again, getting out. Once again, just storming everything. It doesn't instantly kill Ultralisks, but it does hurt them because it does ignore armor. That Ultra down. More coming from the south, though. Zerglings trying to jump on top of this army. That is a 6-kill Archon, a 7-kill Archon, and a 5-kill Archon. Ultras have 3. Yeah, this Ling Ultra stuff, I kind of seriously like it. It's 115 to... It's effectively even on total supply up here, you guys. Brrr. That's the sound. I love Ultralisks. I wish they were better, but I love them. I love them so very, very much. All right, so ZergbOy took the opportunity to double expand to the bottom left here to catch up to the number of bases that Terror has, because he's happily on 5. And yes, being on 5 yourself as a Zerg player is a good thing. Look who's got Reavers, though. Ah, Terror. You know what I like. Where's your Dark Swarm? Where are your Defilers? Here it is. Here comes your Dark Swarm. It doesn't have the energy to do anything, though. Are you going to consume an Ultralisk? Keep that Ling alive for consume purposes. Get him. Consume him. He's in there. You're trying to get him. He won't hold still. There we go. I love the delay on that. It's like, whoa. Pop. And then the Zergling dies. It's kind of honestly maddeningly slow when I play. I'm like, come on, I need to consume now. And it's like, hold on. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Here's your energy. It's like, that was 4 seconds. I don't have 4 seconds to wait for more energy. I guess that's the balance, though, right? Because you're getting a ton of energy really fast, and no other caster has that ability. So they had to make it balanced somehow, so they slowed it down. Best they could do. Still, Protoss and Terran players hate that spell. Hate that consume is the thing. I see comments on the channel all the time about it. All of the time. I guess while I have ya, feel free to check out the merchandise. Just go to falconpaladin.store. You can find things like hats and t-shirts, depending on, you know, what your weather is. If you're in the southern hemisphere, you're coming into the colder months. Maybe you want a hoodie, or a jacket, or a pillow. And if you're coming into the summer months, we got t-shirts for all 3 races. Some really fun stuff there. Again, falconpaladin.store, not a bad place to be, if you ask me. That should be the slogan. That's a really bad marketing slogan. I'm not good at this. My grandpa did advertising for a long time. He taught it, actually, at a university. And he'd probably be embarrassed to hear that slogan coming out of my mouth. That said, he died a few years ago, so that's not happening. Anyway, we are getting Maelstrom. Okay. So, I don't know if this is a... Terra's like, well, I got Dark Argus Talisman, so I might as well make some Dark Archons, I suppose. Man, this Reaver High Templar cannon thing is really, really locked down against this Ling Ultra style. I'm just telling you right now. I mean, yes, these are just, you know what? No, they're not fully upgraded Ultras. Did you replace the Ultralisk Cavern? Because you're making more Ultras. There are so many of them, actually. Where is it? No. Oh, north on the base. Okay, got it. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, what I was trying to say is, I don't know if this is, I already got the upgrade, might as well make some Dark Archons, or if he was planning on making them, that's what he likes to do, or if it was just a passing fancy. A passing fancy. Incredible. All right. 150 to basically 200 supply here. Terror has the lead as he has, but man, ZergbOy is hanging around. Terror is sort of letting him do it. 4 Ultras at a time. This is like more than a page of Ultralisks, you guys. We're looking at 15. Maybe we're going to get into 20 Ultralisks set up here. He's going for upgrade Scarab damage, extra 25 damage per hit. Because you need more than 100 per hit, as it turns out. Ooh, 2 Dark Archons. I'm seriously... So many Dark Archons, ladies and germs. Left side base being taken. We're going to take every base on the map? Is that what we're working at here? Feel like it is, except for the center. People take the center if they're way ahead or if they're desperate and way behind. Not usually any other time, although once in a while we have seen it, where a Terran player will expand here fast, like for the natural base. Maybe once I've seen that happen, and it's kind of stuck with me as being like, is that good? I mean, I've never seen it again, so it's not good, obviously. How do you possibly defend it? It's so wide open. Tanks can just sit back here if you're in TVT. Lings can run in if it's Zerg. Zealots can do the same thing. It's just not great. Don't do that, Terran players, but be fun regardless. All right, so Maelstrom is done. So we might get a good Maelstrom Storm combo, which is my most favoritist, beautiful-looking combo in all of StarCraft Brood War, is Maelstrom Storm. It's just the orange and the blue complement each other so very well. They are complementary colors. It's why the Denver Broncos in the NFL are orange and blue, for that very particular purpose. Hey, Kindness Plating's getting started again. Or for the first time, actually. I don't think I saw it come through previously. So Overlord says, wow, Dark Archons and a ton of Archons and Zealots, huh? Free Defiler. I'm not sure where he was going. He dead now. Super dead. All right, so we're going to clash. And here it is. What are we even... All right, there's your Maelstrom. There's your more Maelstrom. There's your Dark Swarm. This is a beautiful thumbnail. This is absolutely everything I ever wanted in a thumbnail right there. This has been some good stuff for that. So the Reavers back here are really giving the Ultralisks a hard time. Like, really giving them a hard time. Oh, and the shuttle pickup is so mean, too. So, the Ultras are going to handle pretty much everything else. Don't kill the Dark Archons. We need them for later. Alright, Dark Archons survive. Most of the Ultralisks died. We're looking at, well, there's 4 left, 5 left. Not ideal whatsoever. Guess what? We're going to Reaver drop. As long as we have Reavers and shuttles, I suppose we could drop things. Whoop! Gonna kill these eggs. Gonna kill this hatchery. Doesn't take us too long. We're Reavers. Ooh, look who's thinking about taking the center, though. Terror is. Terror believes he's there. I'm not sure that a handful of Zerglings are what you want. Especially because the pickup is very possible, as it is. Right side base is taken by Terror, which I don't think I've technically mentioned, but it's definitely there. Oh, that Defiler got focused down. Is there not a High Templar here? Okay, Dark Swarm Ultralisk is really good against bases that are only cannons. Like, disgustingly good. Focus the Nexus. Focus the Nexus. The probes are running anyway. Just get the Nexus and get out of there. Slow down the income here. Tempted anyway. Again, more Reaver drops down south. There you go. They got it. They got the Nexus. The pylons are going down. It's 97 to 158 supply. And Scourge popped just in time to take down that shuttle. Ooh, they almost got it, but then they stopped for reasons unknown. Terror's got a nice looking bank. He's at 172 supply to 98 for ZergbOy. ZergbOy has lost a base recently, but you know what? So is Terror. This probe is still, I was going to say, this probe is alive, but no. That probe is not alive. Not under any circumstances whatsoever. Completely dead. So 30 minutes in, it's looking still pretty good for Terror. His Protoss is not bad. He's got all the principles that he needs. He's making another Dark Archon. I do not know where the other ones went. They're still here with the army. Good job, guys. He needs 4? I mean, I guess, sure. Maelstrom's really good against Ultralisks. Spinning them in place is beautiful. And this is a bit of a flank attack. So, here we go again. We got more. Ah, he Maelstrommed his own units there. That's not good at all. But yeah, I mean, the Ultras are doing some work, but it's not really enough work to win, unfortunately. It's 3-2-3 upgrades on these Archons versus full upgrades on the Ultras, yes, but advantage Protoss in that particular situation. Yeah, it's 186 to 84 supply. I mean, ZergbOy is playing this in a way that I really enjoy. It's not going to work. What you need to do here, honestly, is probably transition into Hydras. When your Protoss opponent has this many Archons, Hydras will trade pretty darn well with them. Ultras not so much, Zerglings not so much. Dark Swarm doesn't help as much because of the splash damage, but what I've seen, some players get stuck on this and don't go into Hydralisks at all, like ZergbOy is, and some can transition. Feedback, taking down that Defiler, very nicely done. And yeah, Protoss is a lot more comfortable just walking directly into the Zerg front door and murdering all the things, it turns out. Yeah, I mean, it's 100 supply advantage plus for Terror right now. And the upgrades are beautiful. He's working on +3 plasma shields, which is just overkill in a 30-minute game, but it's tons of fun. I'm not going to complain about it. Yeah, Hive down, Queen's Nest number 1 down. Thankfully, there's Queen's Nest number 2. Ultralisk Cavern going to get sniped by a single Zealot with a singular goal in mind. Reinforcing units are getting picked off, but it's just too much Protoss. Yeah, Terror knows his stuff. He really does. Hey, you sniped the base. Good job, ZergbOy. I'm proud of you for that one, but oh my gosh, how did he save it? 16 HP on that Ultralisk Cavern. It was virtually dead. It is virtually dead. Scourge trying to... I don't know what Scourge are here for. I mean, the observers are here just in case there's a lurker or two, but there are no lurkers at all. Hey, look, another Ultralisk Cavern down south. He was worried about losing his main, so he rebuilt his tech over here. But yeah, Reaver Archon fully upgraded Zealot is just what the Doctor ordered versus a, you know, pretty standard Ling Ultra composition, maybe with some Dark Swarm. Whoa. The Maelstrom sound is deep. Whoa. Very resonant. I liked it a lot. So, I think at this point we're done. I don't know how ZergbOy comes back from this. I appreciate his stick-to-itiveness and sticking in this game as long as he has, but that's a lot of dead drones. That is so many dead drones. We got 21 left after all of these rampages. 51 to 21 workers. I mean, you can see the supply count in the top right as well as I can. Ultralisk Cavern, bottom left side. The summer home version of the Ultralisk Cavern. But the primary Ultralisk Cavern is still alive, which I think was a mistake for Terror to leave that alive because we're still making Ultras, boys. Ultras and Lings until we die. This really feels like how I would play if I was a lot better at the game. Just the mentality I would have is just Ling's Ultras forever and ever, amen. And good Protoss know how to handle that, so I would lose a bunch. Yeah, once this space is... This is the remaining source of income for ZergbOy. I don't know why the Dark Archon's leading the charge there. Oh, there we go. Got a Maelstrom up. And the fact that you can still attack units in Maelstrom makes it so good. I don't know why we don't see more Maelstrom, to be honest with you. I mean, yeah, Stark Archons are incredibly gas-heavy, but... Man, Maelstrom is a great spell. Used to fantastic effect here by our blue and red shiny boys from Terror. Yeah, okay, so that's your income. You have 49 minerals to your name. You continue to deny this new base as though that means anything. I love you, ZergbOy. Again, I'm going to find more games of yours to cast, because I really enjoy what you brought to the table here today. But Terror is outclassing you. It happens. Happens to the best of us. Everybody is going to lose, you know, about half the games they play. And more than that sometimes. You know, it looks like he might actually be able to deny this base, which is his singular focus, is making sure that Terror never gets this 3 o'clock, which, you know, fine. It's good to have goals. Man, that Archon, though, really chomping at these Ultralisks. And he does end up going down. But just too many Archons, and that is your good game. Yo, says ZergbOy. Good game, says Terror. And everybody is happy and getting along with each other. So nice to see. So nice to see from these players. That was good. That was a really fun ZVP. I don't think it gets an epic tag, but hey, a 36, 37-minute ZVP with Dark Archon use, Maelstrom, and Ultralisks, that checks a lot of boxes for me. I enjoyed that a lot. The best part is, I don't know what's in these replays. I can see how long they're going to be, so I knew this was a longer ZVP between two players I was very interested in. I didn't expect to see, you know, 5 Dark Archons and good use of Maelstrom and a lot of Ling Ultra from ZergbOy, but I'm glad we did. That was fantastic. But yeah, just Hydra tech switch, guys. If you're going up against a Protoss who is largely Archons and doesn't have that many High Templar, mass Hydra. Just make 50 of them, go. The range on the Archon is 3. It's not very good. You can sit back and pick at them for a long time before they get up on top of you, and if you kite them, it's even better. So, I don't know. Give it a shot. Give it a shot. ZergbOy here did not. End of the day, hit that like button if you enjoyed it. We're getting into the final score, 321,000 points for Terror, 252,000 for ZergbOy, 600 units killed by the Protoss. Only lost 200 himself. That is a fantastic ratio. Structures raised. A lot of Protoss buildings did go down. Again, ZergbOy did a good job of that, but not enough. And then Terror, again, it took him a while to get his 3rd base, but once he had the 3rd, he was more than willing to expand a ton. He got up to 5 bases before the Zerg player was off of 3, was at his 4th. So that's why we have way more gas mined, more minerals mined, and about 6,000 more resources spent. Fantastic. Fantastic game all around. Really enjoyed it. Fantastic. All right. Well, that is going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.